It's 2026, and I want to wish you a happy new year. But quickly, I want to drop some on this new tax policies, or let me say the new tax policy law in Nigeria, the new tax policy. I want to talk about it, right? I've been listening, I've been watching a lot of podcasts, and I've been watching and listening to a lot of Nigerians talk about it. But I feel like I don't know much about it. I never took my time to study what the new tax policy is all about, what it entails. I've not taken my time to study anything about it. But I just watched a clip in an interview where a man was caught saying, I forgot his name because I don't remember all these people's name. You know what I'm saying? There's so many economic analysts these days that I can't even remember all their names. He said, there's no point taking away from the poor, taking away from from the low class earners, that the rich and the middle class are going to pay for this. For me, that doesn't really make sense at all. And everything he's saying to me, I'm like, okay, 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 I get it, I get it. Now, what I observe about a lot of analysts, or let me say, economic analysts in Nigeria that claim to be intellectuals and intelligent, is that these people they copy a lot. They copy things done in the Western world and they want to bring it to Nigeria. And the reason why it doesn't really work most of the time is that they take away a lot of part. They take away the part that caters to the poor people. And that's why every time they try to copy some economic policies in the Western world and they bring it back home, it doesn't work. Because they intentionally take out a part that caters to the poor. Now, people were asking a lot of questions like, if you want all Nigerians to pay tax, the common man in the street is asking, what amenities are you providing for me? Are you giving me constant electricity? Are you giving me water for free? Because an average Nigerian does everything on his own. An average Nigerian is independent. Now Nigerians, when they build their houses, they provide solar system in their houses. They provide electricity for themselves. They hire contractors and they dig boreholes in their houses. The government is doing absolutely nothing in terms of providing amenities for an average Nigerian. And you telling them to pay taxes? Taxes on what? For what? The question is taxes on what and for what? You know what I'm saying? And they don't have an answer. They have no answer. So I feel most of the time, economic analysts they do not have the brain to generate ideas. What they do is they read about foreign nations and they copy what they do in the foreign nations and they think it's going to work back home. And it doesn't work. You know why? Because they can never be foreign nations. You're not copying the fact that all foreign nations that are successful, they provide what is called social benefit. They provide subsidy for their citizens. They subsidize everything in the foreign nations. You've removed subsidy, but you want to take out a part and leave out another part. And that's why most of the times you take policies from abroad, it doesn't work in Nigeria because you leave out the most important part. You leave out the part that caters to the poor. I mean, you go to the United States, there's social benefits, social security benefits. You take that out. You do not want to help the Nigerian citizens who are poor, but you want to take from the poor and feed the rich. That's what Nigerian policy is about. I don't know much about tax system, but I know what is called a progressive tax system, where the more money you make, the more taxes you pay. But in Nigeria, reverse is the case. Poor people, the less money they make, they pay more taxes on it. The less money they make, the more taxes they pay. So that doesn't make sense at all. That is repressive tax system where you want to take away from the poor and give to the rich. That is why Nigeria will never progress. That's why Nigeria is always under a curse and a spell. Because the policy back home is to take away from the poor and give to the rich who are really successful. The rich are living off of the poor people, which is wrong. You know what I'm saying? A country that wants to progress and wants to really grow economically must take away from the rich and feed the poor, not the other way around. Nigeria is different, taking away from the poor and to feed in the rich. F that.